Branches were breaking under the blessings being poured out on Country Haven Academy in the year 2004. This amazing answer to prayer prompts us to think seriously about some of the missed opportunities that we have because we never ask. God says, you have not because you ask not. While prayer walking Country Haven Academy early one morning, I was thanking God for the many blessings of Christian education for my 18-year-old firstborn son. I saw so many wonderful changes in my son. I was happy that he was singing, and he looked so strong from the daily work program. There was a nice coloring to his skin. He sang so well. I asked God to send extra angels helping the students and the faculty with any and every challenge. Every step I took, I was thinking of the sacrifices involved on the part of the staff and how the Dickersons, even though they were past retirement age, they were living there on the campus in simple housing, and when they could be comfortable and not being worried about the energy of young people getting into mischief all the time. So I was thanking God and asking Him, please pour out on especially the Dickersons and this whole campus the 100-fold blessing. Then I discovered that God answered my prayer by spring. I had walked through the orchard and asked that the Lord would just load those trees more than they'd ever done before. Visible things for the 100-fold blessing. The vines, the greenhouses, and over 5,000 pounds of huge, perfect, unusually delicious peaches were picked from those trees. The branches broke under the weight of the blessing, of the 100-fold blessing. Still more blessings on the apple trees and the grapevines and in the greenhouses. The school canned many quarts beyond the 5,000 pounds. No insects were found inside the peaches, and the fruit was of such perfect, healthy condition. God made a generous miracle. Consumers reported that there had never been such delicious peaches ever tasted. And the trees of other growers around them had little to zero fruit due to the spring heavy frost. It was quite a miracle. The orders had a tremendous increase in the greenhouse over the other years before. The students, including my son, were working very hard to keep up with them all. You know, at the wedding feast in Canaan, the grape juice that Jesus made out of water for the wedding was so delicious. And it astounded the people that were drinking at the wedding feast so much that they made remark, and it was put in the Bible. And there's more to the story. The fruit was ripening so fast for the hands that were available to care for it that people came from Walla Walla trying to help pick and remarking how unusual the Country Haven peaches were there because they couldn't find any other grower who had peaches. While the peaches were being harvested, the heat from the sun was quite intense, and prayers again went up to heaven. For I wanted God to send a cloud cover to help to harvest that fruit and to get it to the hands of others, and the miracle could be told every time the peaches were sold. The heat put the peaches at high risk, but the clouds rolled in quickly and the temperatures dropped at least 25 degrees. I personally experienced it. I saw it. A thunderstorm brought cold, heavy rains. The fruit firmed up for the travel, and the peaches, traveling 2 hours into Spokane, had a car not air-conditioned, but the special cloud cover was the air conditioning. God provided 73 degrees with cool cloud cover. What a blessed change from 96 to 103 degrees experienced the day before. Isaiah 25:4 and 5. Thou hast been a strength, a shadow from the heat, with shadow of a cloud. And in Psalms 121, as the traveler, I call it the traveler's Psalms, he promises a shade for the travelers. Everyone that had forsaken houses or brothers, sisters, father, mother, wife, children, or lands for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. I asked that the grapes would be healed because there was a terrible blight on them, and they also were blessed. Nothing had been planted in the garden for the school, and I prayed also for the garden, and the garden produce, it was more than they'd ever seen before. We have a great, big, wonderful God. Wouldn't it be fun to ask 100-fold blessings on missionaries? Have you ever prayed 100-fold blessing on a missionary? How about on your teacher? How about on your pastor and medical evangelists? God longs to have you expect big things from Him, big things. He longs to give you understanding in temporal as well as spiritual matters. It's such an encouragement to our souls to see these blessings. He is truly blessing the efforts to provide premium quality Christian education on the Country Haven campus in 2004. Psalm 34:8 says, "Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusts in Him." I personally tasted those peaches, and I picked 700 pounds. And I took them and told the story. God is good. He does everything in a very generous way. Having grown up on a fruit farm in Oregon, I have tasted many good peaches, but these far outdid them all. In all that I tasted of the tree ripened fruit, there was a richer color and richer taste than any I have tasted in my life. Psalm 34:9, Fear the Lord, you His saints, for there is no want to them that fear Him. They that seek the Lord shall want no good thing. Psalm 34:10. The Lord provided in a big way, and when He gives the 100-fold blessing, we must appreciate it and realize the hand that did it and appreciate the miracle and praise His name and tell the story far and wide, and don't forget it. Some people, when they're blessed like that, they think that they're doing everything perfectly right, and they become proud of that, and very dangerous. It's a very dangerous situation, because they begin tormenting the missionaries and God's people with a better than thou attitude and not sharing. But God has promised those who trust in Him, they that seek the Lord, shall lack no good thing.